Today I'm showing you 3 incredible heavy steel mace exercises you're probably not doing that will level up your strength and stamina. We're gonna begin with movement number 1 right now, so grab your mace and let's get started. The first of 3 incredible exercises today is the hammer row, which is ideal for increasing your strength, stamina, coordination, and rotational power. To perform this movement, we are going to come into our warrior stance, both hands bottom of our mace, and from here I will bring one hand to the top of the mace and bring it down across my body. From here, I'm gonna get into a wider stance, and you're looking for something a bit wider than shoulder width apart. Specifically, it's comfortable to drop into a horse stance. This is very important for the movement. And next, I'm going to pivot around so that the head of the mace is outside my front leg, my front knee. And from here, I'm just gonna pull the mace in, bring it up and behind, pivot through horse stance, and then into the other side front lunge with the mace head behind me now. And then I'll return. And that is 1 rep. So to do multiple, you're gonna be bouncing between the 2. And then to switch sides, I'm going to come back to the front, let the tail come out, grab hold, connect with the tail, and spin to the other side. And then just repeat the same exact movement. So that's the hammer row. Now here are some tips for you. Primarily, you should be focusing on a strong core, long spine, and keeping the mace close to your body. That means close to your body as it comes overhead and to the other side. If you keep these tips in mind, you will find this movement to be much stronger, and you'll be able to get lower in your lunge while having greater overhead mobility and stability, which therefore leads to greater strength because you're doing it with a heavy mace. On to movement number 2. Our second movement is the Barbarian squat, which is ideal for strength, stamina, and full body mobility. The tips here are simple. Pack your lats and keep your spine long. That means I'm pulling my shoulders down into correct position nice and strong, and I'm still gonna be keeping a long spine between my low back all the way up to my crown. Now, performing the Barbarian squat is actually relatively simple, but there are a few choices that you have. At the end of the day, the Barbarian squat is a pullover, a mace pullover, as you drop down into a squat and push back. That's all that the movement truly is. However, making it challenging, especially with a heavy mace, means that you have a few choices. One is that you can keep your hands closer together and just choke progressively down further on the mace. And this is going to involve a lot of wrist and forearm stability along with your triceps, so it's gonna engage a lot more of that. Whereas, if you continue to hold the mace, but you split your grip a little bit, it's gonna give you a little bit more control, and it's going to emphasize the back muscles a little bit more than if you keep your hands together. And that is all there is to the Barbarian squat. So let's move on to movement number 3. Exercise number 3 is a personal favorite because it's ideal for building our strength and stamina along with our hip mobility and our balance. I am of course talking about the flying uppercut. This is a powerful and challenging exercise for both your lower body and your upper body because there's a lot of rotation involved while you're also on one leg and pressing overhead with one arm. So it's a spectacular one, and here's how to do it. We're gonna begin in our warrior stance, both hands bottom of our mace. I'll tilt to the side so you can see. One hand comes to the top of the mace and a palm out, dropping it down, coming outside my body. So rotated landmark 1, mace head behind me, and my opposite leg will step out behind me. So from here, what I'm going to do is push off onto one leg, pull the mace across my body like a seat belt, bring my leg up. You can point the foot or flex, both are good. And then I'm going to bring the mace fully into that uppercut position. Now for the full flying uppercut, you're going to push overhead into this press and then drop it down and drop it back. So same thing, pushing up, knee comes up, uppercut, press, and drop it back. And you can switch sides by stabbing forward, switching hands, and then opposite leg steps back, same thing. Pressing overhead, dropping it back. And that is a super challenging movement. Now, there are 2 main tips on how to get more out of it. The first is basic. You gotta keep your spine long. You don't wanna be curling in, and you don't wanna be overly extended. So be mindful of that. Find the middle distance. The second thing is about that high knee. The knee that is high, whether it's flexed or pointed, doesn't really matter. You're gonna try to pull the knee towards your body. And this is gonna activate more of that hip flexor, which is not a muscle we use super often in our daily sitting lives. And then as I step back, I'll actually be lengthening that hip flexor. So try to bring it in, cinch in the sling across your body, bringing almost the shoulders together, but again, maintaining that long spine and then stepping back. So that's our second tip, and that is the flying uppercut. You will get so much out of this exercise. I know I do. So which of these 3 movements was your favorite and why? I'd love to read your comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and subscribe to this channel if you want to level up your mace skills fast. And I'll see you on the next Flow Made Simple video. Peace.